Well, howdy doody, folks. Welcome to Mower Mike TV. Yes, we have an awesome machine here. This is a classic Gravely. It's probably over 20 years old, a 42-inch with a sweet Kawasaki FRV 691V, and it's having an issue. I don't know if it's an issue or not, but what it is doing is that when I mow, especially out here in Texas, it's been awfully dry lately, it creates this giant cloud of just dirt and mice poop and grass, and a lot of it's flowing from the front of the mower underneath the deck, and it's getting into my face, and it's just nasty. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right, and that just sucks to mow on. So I was thinking, what are the options? I tried lowering the front of the deck. I tried mowing at different heights, and nothing could do it right. And then I started looking at the blades. And what we've got here, we've got high lift blades. I'm like, man, I need some low lift blades, but I didn't want to spend the money. So I've got this idea. And this is one of those ideas that I looked on YouTube and it does not exist. So that is pretty rare these days. So it's probably not a good idea, but we're going to try it anyways. I'm going to try to cut the high lift part of the blade off, modify the blades myself. So let's see how that goes. I'm so excited and nervous. I can't even talk straight. We're going to zoom in, take a closer look at the blades, and then we're going to get to cutting. Stay with me. Let's take a closer look at these blades. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that I've got them in my American Sharpener blade sharpening clamp, which is a really cool tool. I'll leave a link to the review down below, but it's going to help me keep this thing steady while I cut it. Now, these blades here, these are 14-inch blades. So pretty small blades because there's 3 of them that go on this 42-inch Gravely. And these are what you call high lift. Now, high lift means they have this big hump right there. And what that hump does, it creates a fan effect. So it's creating suction down against the ground, which creates suction for dirt, grass. In theory, it's supposed to straighten that grass up so you can cut it. But when it gets real dry like this, it just creates a lot of issues with dust and all the crap. Whereas if you have a low lift blade where this is flat, it creates no lift or very minimal lift, and it goes around and cuts it and then just shoots it out the side versus sucking it up like this blade or more of a mulching blade. So in theory, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to cut this off at this very precise white line. As you can see, this line is 1 inch in, 3.5 inch down, and this should eliminate my high lift portion of the blade. Now, at the same time, it's going to eliminate a lot of the blade itself, so I'm not quite sure on the effects of the mower when you take 2/3 of the end of the blade off. Now, in my theory, it should create less weight at the end where it is spinning the fastest, because these things run at hundreds of miles an hour at the very tip of the blade where it's going the fastest. You lighten that up, this thing could go super fast, or it could break and shatter. I don't know what's going to happen. So with that, we're going to go ahead, and what I've got here, I've got my trusty old Craftsman angle grinder with a 4.5-inch DeWalt, and we're going to start grinding. One quick note, I've used a lot of cheaper grinding wheels off Amazon, and folks, you breathe a lot of this dust in, and I'm going to go with an American-made DeWalt before I breathe in that Chinese dust. I'll leave links to different tools like this you can use down below. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and strap on a face mask, some goggles, and have some fun. Well, I am back. We have had a lot of fun cutting big chunks out of the blades. They kind of look like mower boomerangs or something. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make sure they're balanced, and well, at least make sure they're not too far off. And what I use here is just this little $7 balancer. I'll put a link down below. And I'll put it on there, and it just sees which side is heavier. You can see right here, this side's heavier. So what I'll do, I'll take a grinding flap disc and grind down either back here or on the blade itself, just to make this side lighter, to equal them out. That way they are not too far off. And then when you get them all balanced out, they should be fairly equal, like that guy. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and balance them, put a little edge on the blade, and strap them back on. We'll see how she sucks. I can't believe it, folks. It actually worked. One of my dumb ideas worked out. It ran so much better. As you saw, it was not blowing the dust up in front of the mower deck because we eliminated the lift. It was shooting out sideways instead of upwards. So much more pleasant. But what really surprised me with this modification is that it immediately eliminated all the shudder, any shake out of the mower, because we eliminated a lot of the weight off the blades, and it just ran smoother. I may have to start cutting all my mower blades. So I highly suggest it. I'm not saying it's safe. I will let you know that you should never try to